Now it's time for your 420 Radio News for Friday, November 15th, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. Support for medical marijuana increasing in Massachusetts from Western New England University. As the state prepares to enter the next phase of implementing a law that permits the use of marijuana to treat serious medical conditions, public support for the idea is on the rise, according to the latest survey from the Western New England University Polling Institute. The statewide telephone survey found that 74% support legalizing the use of marijuana for medical purposes. Support among registered voters in the latest survey was significantly greater than when the Polling Institute last posed the question to Massachusetts voters a year ago. In that survey, 63% of registered voters said they supported the policy. The Polling Institute's latest survey found that 61% of adults said they would support having a dispensary in their community. 52% said they are very confident or somewhat confident that only patients with a legitimate medical need will receive marijuana, while 45% said they are not very confident or not at all confident. 41% of adults said they'd back full legalization, while 51% were opposed. Porch-shooting victim Renisha McBride had alcohol and pot in her system, from the TimesHerald.com. A 19-year-old woman shot to death by a homeowner on a suburban Detroit porch had alcohol and marijuana in her system, according to a toxicology report released Thursday. But Gerald Thurswell, the McBride family attorney, said the toxicology report has no bearing on the case as far as he's concerned. The report, performed by an outside lab for the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office, said McBride's blood alcohol content was about 0.22, more than twice the legal limit for driving. Her blood also tested positive for the active ingredients in marijuana. An autopsy released this week ruled she died of a gunshot wound to the face. Under a 2006 Michigan self-defense law, a homeowner has the right to use force during a break-in. Otherwise, a person must show that his or her life was in danger. University of Utah doctors say yes to cannabis oil for kids. From the Salt Lake Tribune. 3 Utah doctors, including the University of Utah's top pediatric neurologist, have come out in support of families seeking access to a cannabis extract that has proven successful at stopping seizures. Citing extensive preclinical data and case studies about Dravet syndrome patients finding seizure relief from marijuana extracts high in cannabidiol, or CBD, and low in tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, the compound that gives the users a high, the doctor argues CBD oil appears to be safe and holds great promise as an anti-epileptic agent. Representative Gage Freur, Republican of Huntsville, is proposing a bill that would permit the importing and exporting of hemp products, including medicinal oils, provided they contain a certain limited amount of THC. His bill will also likely call for research on medicinal benefits with the end goal of allowing hemp to be grown in Utah, he said. Cannabis grower Josh Stanley from the Realm of Caring Foundation in Colorado said the CBD oil he makes, Alepsia, is so low in THC, under 0.3%, that it already meets agricultural standards for hemp. Medical marijuana debate. New South Wales rules out approving cannabis for terminally ill patients, from Australian News, Yahoo.com. The New South Wales government has ruled out allowing terminally ill patients to use cannabis legally to help deal with pain. In May, a cross-party parliamentary committee unanimously recommended allowing terminally ill patients and people with AIDS to legally use up to 15 grams of marijuana for medicinal purposes, but the government yesterday ruled there is limited evidence of the efficacy of cannabis for medical use. Czechs in quandary over legal medical marijuana, from ABC News. The Czech Republic legalized medical marijuana use this year, but maintained strict restrictions on growing, selling, and importing it. Some 20,000 patients who are estimated to be eligible for cannabis treatment have no chance to get it legally. Patients and medical experts blame interference by the health ministry, which has long fiercely opposed legalizing medical marijuana. The health ministry and its State Institute for Drug Control, the nation's drug agency, banned health insurance companies from covering the cost of medical marijuana and set the maximum amount patients are allowed at 30 grams per month. The cannabis can only be obtained from the Netherlands at the cost of $10 per gram. Prohibitive costs for most patients. This has been your 420 Radio News for Friday, November 15th, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. When we come back, we go behind the headlines and look at the latest roadside drug detection technologies. You're listening to The Russ Belville Show on 420radio.org. We'll be right back.